Good morning. This is the second installment of the Senior Center's Fountain of Life Yoga that I'm doing here in my house, in the historic Agnes Belton house. In the painting, that's a painting by Tim Townsley, who graciously painted this for us as a tribute to Agnes Belton. In any case, Agnes used to practice Agni Yoga here in this house she was alive in this house. It was finished in 1938 to 1961. So in addition to all the original works that are in here, there's this energy that the best way I can put it is just empowers us in this house. So hopefully someday you'll be able to come and we can take yoga here. Otherwise, the reason why it's called the Fountain of Life Yoga is because I normally teach it in front of the Fountain of Life, which is just down the street from the Senior Center. And because of the pandemic, I'm doing it from home. So the last class, I gave you a little foundation about yoga, Chi yoga that I teach, and Chi energy is the life energy, and not the least of which is your life force. And what I want to try to do in these classes is build your life force, recharge you, and so we use yoga, which is of body, mind, and spirit. Your own idea of spirit, you can use it or include it in whichever way that you want. It's not intended to be religious, but it is intended to touch into this intuitive part of you that's beyond your physical. So I said in the last class, the three energy levels are Jing, Qi, and Zhen. And Zhen is the intuitive one, Qi is the body one, and the life force around you. And Jing is the lowest form, which is which is electricity, gravity. So you can see the energy, like when the trees are blowing, you can see the energy moving. It's not just moving because it's a random thing. You know, everything in life, the universe is energy. Without getting too much deeper into that, the class again is designed for everyone to be able to do it. And so that's why I want it to be universal, so one can, from even doing the chair yoga, what I'm going to demonstrate today, as well, you can take the advanced class and still do your chair yoga version and vice versa. Let's start by how I start every class, which is a Qigong exercise. Qi is energy and Gong is work. And it's a lymphatic Qigong where we kickstart you kickstart your lymph system, your lymphatic system. So let's start with our feet together. And just notice your toes are going forward. When you bend your knees, the knees and ankles and the foot are designed so that mechanically, when you bend your knees, it goes right over the center of your foot, the third toe. So you want to try to do that when our feet are hip width apart, as you bend your knees, so that when you bounce, you're not rolling in on your knees on each one. So, and like patting the edge of a loaf of bread, tap, 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 tap. Inhale, exhale, breathe. Now I want you to lengthen your spine and rotate to your left. Good, and back to center and over to your right. And back to center. So remember, as you bounce, you want to make sure your knees are going over the center of your foot. And up to the ceiling, inhale, exhale, breathe. So you want to think of your spine as energized and sort of like a piston. It's nice and long. And you want to keep your pelvis nice and upright. I'm going to go sideways, you can see, so that when you bounce, you're not releasing your pelvis back each time, but it's just going up and down. Okay, keep going. Over to your left. Try to keep the weight between both feet equally. Back to the center, over to the other side. Breathe. And then back to center, and sort of like hummingbird wings. Inhale, exhale, breathe. Over to the other side. Breathe. Back to center, other side. Breathe, down, 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 down. So there's very little action in the wrists. It's really just from your shoulders here. And then straight back. So I've talked about muscle move the bones, and we're trying to get the bones to be in alignment. And so in this case, I'm going to stop just to demonstrate this. So from here, I've used the imagery of like if you had a zipper that went from your crotch to your navel to your sternum, that you pull that up, And what happens is you bounce, you keep your pelvis upright as opposed to bouncing back this way. All right, so here we go now, back, 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 over to your left. Try to keep the weight between both feet and breathe. Back to center, over to the other side. Good, and back to center. Down, 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 down. Pat, 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 keeping your spine upright and breathe. Over to your left. Back to center, over to the other side. And back to center, and then feet together. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, close to prayer. Again, breath in. And then out. Breath in. And then out. Good. And now separate your feet again. So you're gonna, instead of bouncing here, we're just gonna tap, tap the inner part of our thighs. So the lymph system, the main job of the lymph system is to drain toxins out of your body. So what we're doing is kick-starting the lymph system. There are pairs of lymph nodes in different parts of your body that goes up and the meridians, and they're even. And then let's pat, 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 pat right under our, okay guys, calm down. Right under your rib cage. And a little bit higher by, sort of like right where you're, below your collarbone. And then just for the top of your head, tap, 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 tap. Breathe, and you shake it out. All the energy that you pulled out, you're gonna shake it out and clean it out. All right, and come to the front of your mat. Take a deep breath in, and then out. And then deep breath in, and it's like a swan dive. You're gonna go forward bend, forward bend. Inhale, lift up to the monkey. Exhale, crown of the head back down. And then we go to what I call the diagonal chair. And then carry your arms up, and then open. Let's do that twice more. Deep breath in, and out. Deep breath in, big forward bend, swan dive forward, crown of the head down. Inhale, monkey up. Exhale, back down, diagonal chair. Carry the arms forward, come up in one piece, and float the arms down. One more, deep breath in, and out. Breath in, giant swan dive forward, exhale. Inhale, monkey up. Exhale, crown of the head down, diagonal chair. Come up in one piece here, and then float the arms down. 3 breaths again, in through your nose, and out through your mouth. Deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Deep breath in, and out. Good, shake, 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 shake. So I want to demonstrate if you were doing it in the chair yoga. So that forward bend, you just go into your chair. Oops. So get to the edge of your chair. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out. Deep breath in. And your swan dive would be just from here, from the chair. Try to keep the crown of the head facing the floor. And then keep your belly down. Inhale, monkey up. Exhale, crown of the head down. From here, you go to your diagonal chair. Come on, one piece up. And open. Again, deep breath in and close to prayer. Repeat. Inhale up. Giant swan dive forward to the forward bend. Keep your belly down. Inhale, monkey up. Exhale, crown of the head down. Back to your diagonal chair. Carry your arms to the diagonal. Come up in one piece and open your arms. Good. So just as a review about how I've modified the idea, the chair asana. So the classic chair asana in Hatha Yoga is here. Right, so I've kind of modified and broken it down so that we can again interchange the use of it from the actual chair to when we're standing. So your feet are hip width apart, and again you're going to pull that zipper up. When you go to the upright chair, for me, it's just bending your knees as far as you can go without lifting your heels and without releasing your pelvis, and then straighten. And feet, let's try with the feet together. And bend your knees, and then straighten. So this is the upright chair when you bend your knees. When you crease at the waist, you go to your diagonal, that's diagonal chair. Come back to the upright chair and straighten. With the arms, it would go and the upright, activate your arms. So think of like energy shooting down your shoulder, down your fingertips, down to the floor as if they're like laser beams. So you go to your upright chair with your arms engaged. Keep your arms engaged to the diagonal chair. Come back to the upright chair and then lift from the crown of the head. And with the arms, it goes upright chair, diagonal chair. You would carry your arms so they get in alignment with your torso to the classic chair position, and then come up in one piece and exhale, float the arms down. Deep breath in and close. So when we do that from the chair, the literal chair, you would just go from here. Inhale up, exhale, close to prayer. Inhale up, big swan dive forward to the forward bend, crown of the head down. Inhale, monkey up. Exhale, crown of the head down. Diagonal chair, your torso at a diagonal. You carry the arms forward, and you engage your lower back muscles to come up in one piece. Exhale, float down. Deep breath in and close to prayer. Good. Let's go get a drink of water, and then we'll come back and continue to do our warm-up. All right? Okay. So the next position, the mountain position, your feet are hip width apart and grounded. Hands are down, palms facing forward. And if it's not dizzying for you, you can just close your eyes. And then open. So you could do this in the chair as well, the mountain position. I'm going to demonstrate that one while everyone else is still standing. And so you're just in this position here. Let's go to our closing your eyes again, palms facing forward. So this is a mental exercise. I want you to draw your attention to your breath. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Just consciously breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And now, as much as you can, draw your attention to the surface of your skin. All the sensations that you feel on the surface of your skin. This may be, if you have air conditioning in your house, you can feel the cool air going by your skin. If you started to break a sweat, like I started to, you can be aware of perspiration. And then, if you have clothes on, the clothes hanging on your body, the weight of the clothes hanging on your body. So I said, this is a mental discipline. I'd like you now to turn your attention to the things that you hear, all the sounds that you hear. Make a mental list of the things that you hear. Good. Now come back to your breath. Just conscious breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. And then set a goal for today's class. Something that would be what you want to feel like you accomplished at the end of the class. There's probably a reason why you decided to come in to do this exercise, to practice yoga with us this morning. And you want to be able to feel successful when you finish, or at least accomplish what you set out to do. And we'll come back to that throughout the class. Good. Open your eyes. So what it was, that was your first, the mental discipline, which is what meditation is. So you can think of what we're doing as some of the stuff, exercises that we're doing as a moving meditation. Towards the end, we do our meditation on gratitude. And all of it is meditation is just to focus, concentrated singly on one thing. What happens is when we start to do that, I know if you've tried meditation before, it can be as simple as taking some time for yourself to go on a walk by yourself and spend some time alone, to something that's more disciplined, where you sit there in quiet and you focus on one single thing, zero in. Okay, so there's that whole section in between where we tend to not give ourselves credit for concentrating on meditating. which we'll attend to at the end. So what I would do this whole time before the very end of the class, which I think is the most important part, is preparing our body and our mind and our spirit to be ready for that. So it's been described to me as meditation, as your thoughts, as being a little child. And you'll tell the child to come and let's concentrate on this thing, and then they'll play for a while and then they'll run away. So like your thoughts, they'll like skip away, and you go, oh, I was trying to meditate on love. And so I'm going to bring it back. Let's think about that, and it starts to stray away, and you kind of like come back. So you want to gently coax your mind, which just has its own program, and you want to zero in. And the more you can discipline your mind, and the more intuitive you can be. So hopefully we'll reveal that as we go through these, particularly in the next few classes, as I introduce the idea of energy into the work. So I use the yoga asanas as sort of like a movement vocabulary, because a lot of people have taken yoga before, and for those of you who haven't, you understand the lexicon of the yoga practice. So one of the things that I work on within these different segments that I'm going to be teaching you can be adapted to a more advanced class, and I'm going to start doing that in the next sessions. We'll just do a more progressively a more advanced class, but you find that you can still do the work, the more challenging work, using the chair. So let's start with opposition. I did this in the last tape, but let's go again. Deep breath in and close prayer. That's our preparation. You're going to sit, go into an upright chair. We're going to take 4 steps forward. Hopefully you're going to end up right in front of that chair. So let's start with the left foot with the opposite arm, right foot with the opposite arm, left foot with the opposite arm, right foot with the opposite arm. So you're right in front of that chair. Now you're going to bring that back foot up. Find your balance. Doesn't have to go all the way up. Switch back to opposition. So opposition is whatever leg is forward is the opposite arm. Okay? Then so from here, we're going to take the arm over and go to warrior 2. So warrior 2, the warrior position, the front knee is bent. All right, so this is your front knee. You want to make sure your knee is right over your ankle and not going past your toes. From warrior 2, you'd go to side angle pose, reaching forward, opening up your rib cage. And then up and over, keep the front knee bent, reverse warrior. So this is where the exercise would diverge. So from here, if you're going to do the chair version, you would go up and over to your diagonal chair. And in the more advanced class, you would just go up and over to downward facing dog. Okay, so those from downward facing dog would go to plank to have a push-up position, and then lower yourself to chaturanga, and then up dog. Exhale back to child's pose. Rock forward to downward facing dog. And then from here you would walk or jump to your diagonal chair. Carry your arms up over to recover, up, and then open. Deep breath in and close to prayer. Okay, so let's go. Let's do that one more time. So in opposition, so let's do the other side. So you switch the chair over to the other side. Go to the back of your mats. And we're going to go 4 steps forward. Deep breath in, exhale, close to prayer, and sit. Right foot forward, opposite arm. Left foot forward, opposite arm. Right foot forward, opposite arm. Left foot forward, opposite arm. Bring the back knee up. Take it back to opposition. Back to warrior 2. Side angle pose. Up and over reverse warrior. And then the difference here is those when you went to downward facing dog, the chair people would just go up and over to your diagonal chair. And then while they're doing the chaturanga and the up dog and the recovery, from your diagonal chair, you're going to put your hands down and you're going to go to the cat position where you round your back. And then the cow position where you lift your tailbone and the crown of your head. And then one more, cat. And then cow. And then diagonal chair. At this point, everybody else will have caught up with you. The people who went down, and you recover up together. Inhale up, exhale open, deep breath in, and close to prayer. Good. All right, shake it out. So the variation on that is sometimes. So I'll just mix these. These are segments that I regularly do, but I'll chop it up into different ways and put it together in different ways. But it's just to get we'll still get the same workout. All right, let's do a pranayama exercise. You can sit, or you can stand, and it's just a breathing exercise where we're going to isolate the breathing. So your hands are here, your index fingers, then across and close one nostril, breathe in on the left, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other side, in, and release, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do it twice more on each side. Deep breath in and out. Hey, deep breath in and out. One more deep breath in and out and in and out. Good, and shake it out. So the progression of that is you're going to breathe in for 5, and you're going to expel the air in 1. So what we're going to do is here, just to feel your lungs inflate, you're going to breathe in for 5 counts. You just push it out in 1. Yeah, so from sideways it looks like this. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. Again, breathe in. One more, breathe in. One. So that's a good exercise to do, particularly because of the COVID-19 is a respiratory ailment, and that's one of which is kind of expelling, just kind of filling up your lungs and kind of cleaning it out for the cobwebs. All right, so let's do a pigeon stretch. So again, I said all of the stretches have an anchor and the part of your body that you're going to stretch. So for instance, you want to stretch this out, and I'm going to reach over this way. When I lean over this way, I don't want this hip to come up. That's your anchor. So in as much as you try to, sort of like a wood sapling, you're going to stretch over in every exhale. You want to work your core muscles to keep this hip down. You take a breath in, exhale, lean to your right, but pull your left hip down. Again, inhale, exhale, lean, and pull the hip down. Inhale, exhale, lean. One more, inhale, exhale, lean. Just hold it for a few more seconds just to get your body used to that new stretch. And then inhale, lift up, and float the arms down. Let's balance the other side out. So, you're going to keep this hip down, your right hip, lift up. So breathing wise, on the inhale, you draw your attention to where you're going to stretch, which is here. And on the exhale, you do the stretch. And the stretch is using your anchor and reaching your arm over. So a breath in, exhale, reach and stretch it out. Breath in, exhale, lean and stretch it out. Pull your right hip down. Let's do 2 more. In, exhale, stretch. In, and stretch, exhale. And then deep breath in, and then float your arms down. Good. Let's do pigeon in the chair. So the pigeon position is on the floor, the classic chair pigeon position, and it's a hip flexor stretch. So you'd be sitting on your hip, the outside of your hip here, and from here you're going to drop your chest forward and lean forward and stretch. So all we're really stretching is, not all we're really stretching, but what we're targeting is back through here. All right, so if you're in the chair, We're doing the chair yoga version. Depending on your flexibility, you could do it just down from your ankle like this, your left leg over the ankle, and then lean forward. But what we want to work towards, if you're able to do that, is just put your leg up on your thigh, lengthen your spine, take a breath in, keep your spine lengthened, and lean over. So the target here is the back of the hip flexor again, or your back, wherever it is for you. You're going to draw your attention to where it needs to be stretched. And remember that your anchor is your tailbone, and your in this position, your right leg is, your right hip is down as your anchor. So take a breath in, exhale, lean forward, just like we did on the floor. Inhale, exhale, stretch. Inhale, exhale, stretch. Just kind of hold that so you're the most challenging position you can be. You're going to breathe through that. And then from here, try to keep your belly down, sort of like doing when we do monkey. Lift your chin and your chest, but keep your belly down. Sort of like sticking your butt out. Inhale, exhale, lower your torso again. Again, inhale, lift your chest, just like monkey. Exhale down. One more, in. Exhale down. And then from here, lift your chest, and then look over your left shoulder. Nice rotation, try to see the back of your chair. And then back to center, and just bounce your legs out. So before we do the other side again, when you're doing those stretches, you want to think of those muscles, and the muscles are like these big rubber bands, and then they're gathered at the ends and then attached to the joints. So if you can keep that kind of in mind. And so in this case, as we stretch this back for pigeon, you want to think of these rubber bands, and they're attached to the back and the side of your knee here and up into the hip flexor. You're going to keep your spine nice and long, and just like in the chair position, go to your diagonal chair. So on every exhale, you're going to lean a little bit forward. Inhale, exhale, breathe and stretch. Inhale, exhale, breathe and stretch. So you want to try to balance out what you did on the other side. And so it also helps to image what those muscles look like. Other than rubber bands, think of it as hydrated. The muscles are hydrated. They're wet and malleable. They're not brittle. And again, your hips are your anchor. And every exhale, you're trying to lower your torso a little bit more. Get your belly closer to your upper thighs. Breathe. You also want to stretch, try to stretch from the belly of the muscle. That's the middle of the muscle, as opposed to attach where the attachments are. So the muscles are hydrated, so they can be stretched without breaking. And then from here, keep your belly down, lift your chest, inhale, exhale, lower it again. Again, inhale, lift, exhale, lower. One more, belly down, lift your upper chest, breathe, exhale down, and then lengthen your spine. So what we do is every time we get to the furthest part of our stretch, you're teaching your body a new muscle memory. So every time we approach that and we go past that, that's how we gain our flexibility. So none of these stretches should be really painful, maybe uncomfortable. And if it ever starts to be painful, just pull back on it. Then from here, you go to your diagonal, come up in one piece, inhale up, take a breath in, and rotate. Try to see the back of your chair. And then back to center and bounce it out. So that's the two versions of pigeon, either on the floor or on your chair. Let's go get a drink of water, and then I'll meet you back here in mountain again in about a minute. Okay. In mountain. And close your eyes, palms facing forward. Just come back to an awareness of your breath. In through your nose, out through your mouth. And then come back to your goal for today's class. Keep moving towards it. And then open your eyes. Good, shake, 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 shake. So this is the exercise that I do, we're going to do for the people normally standing up, and then I'll show you the variation for people when we do it in the chair. So deep breath in, close to prayer. Deep breath in, exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, monkey up. Exhale, crown of the head down to the forward bend. Diagonal chair, carry your arms hard, come up in one piece, and arms up to the upright chair. So from here, you're going to take your left leg back to a standing lunge. So in the standing lunge, hopefully you can see that. Let me just demonstrate here. In the standing lunge, the back leg is straight, and if the leg were like a 2x4, the skinny part is facing the floor. And then from here, you're going to try to lower your heel, and then push away. And then lower your heel and push away. Again, lower the heel, push away, lower the heel, and stay here. So the back leg is straight. You're trying to lower the back heel. If you're able to get your heel all the way down, then you want to take a wider stance. Let me get this out of the way. Wider stance, so you still have somewhere to go. All right, so then from here, let's take our arms, from here, let's take your arms to prayer. Your weight is forward the whole time. And you're going to crank the back knee under and then straighten. So rather than going back here, you're going to stay forward and you keep the height of your head the same as you bend your knee and then stretch it out. Bend your knee, stretch it out. Bend your knee, stretch it out. Good. And then from here, take the arms to the side. You're going to kick it up to find your balance and then put it back. Kick it up. Put it back. Kick it up. Put it back and back to your standing lunge with the arms to prayer. Now we're going to transition to Warrior One. So from Warrior One, you're going to spin the back foot out and lift. Lengthen your waist and breathe. Oops, battery pack. So Warrior One. We're going to transition to Warrior Two. Take a breath in, go to prayer, and Warrior Two. And then from here, side angle pose. Up and over, reverse warrior. So here's another opportunity with people who are going to go to the down dog. We're going to go all the way to down facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back to child's pose. Then rock forward, back to downward facing dog. And walk or jump to diagonal chair. Come up in one piece, inhale up. And float the arms down, deep breath in and out. Good, so now I'm going to show you the version. We're going to do the other side for people with would do the alternate chair version. But let me demonstrate this for you before I go into the sequence that we just did. When you're in warrior one, no, when you're in the standing position, your lunge, your standing lunge would be, you can hold on to your chair, you can go to prayer wherever you are that feel comfortable and safe. Remember, the back leg stays straight. You're going to try to lower the back heel and then push away. Lower the back heel and push away. Lower the back heel. Then from here, you're going to bend the knee under, stretch it out. Bend the knee under, stretch it out. Bend the knee under, stretch it out, and breathe. And so remember, when they kick the leg up, all you can do is lift your leg up in front and then back, up, and then back, up, and then back. Good. And then from here, the standing lunge, the version here of the warrior one is position yourself. Hopefully you can get a chair that's comfortable enough for you. You're going to flatten the back foot out, and your hips and shoulders are going forward, and here you are in warrior one. Again, you can hold on to the chair. The idea is to keep your hips and shoulders facing forward. And then from the transition, you're going to turn your torso to the side. And here you are in warrior two. And you go to cycle pose. Up and over reverse warrior. And from here you can go to the diagonal chair either while you're already in the chair, or you can go to the diagonal chair from the standing one. And remember, when they're going to downward facing dog, you're just going to go to cow position, to cat, cow, cat, and cow. And then they'll catch up with you, diagonal chair. Carry the arms up in one piece, inhale up. Exhale, float the arms down, deep breath in, and close to prayer. 2 more breaths in, and then out. 1 more breath in, and then out. And take a breather. Let's go to mountain again. So those of you in the chair, you can go back to your chair, because we're going to do another chair stretch about right after this. Feel the even distribution of weight between both legs. And if you're standing, be very aware that you're not pronating, you're not rolling in on your arches. Come back to your goal for today's class. Then open your eyes. Good. Shake, 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 shake. So if you're on the floor, this is the stretch that's going to be to do a rotation. The stretch would be here on the floor. So you can either, in this position, either keep your left leg straight or bent, but whichever position, you're going to take your right leg over the top. You can use your arms to sit nice and upright. And keeping your spine upright, try to sit up taller, bring your belly button forward. And then from here, take your right arm behind you to keep your spine upright and rotate to the side, trying to open your chest and your shoulder to flat to the side of your mat. You can also reach in front. The classic position would be here. So the back arm, keep your spine upright. Try to see the back of your mat. And undo yourself, and we'll do the other side. So again, what I said from this position, you could have folded the other leg under you and stretched this way. I'll show you the chair version in the next, right after I do this other side, so I stay balanced. All right, so use your arms to sit up nice and tall. Keep the weight of your hips even. And then from here, the left arm goes back to keep your spine upright, and then you spiral. So in as much as we're trying to get the chest and shoulders flat to the side of your mat, you want to try to think of your turning your navel towards the inner thigh. And undo yourself by sitting up tall and come back to the front. So the version that you'd be doing in the chair, those of you who do it, you can just repeat this exercise on the floor again. Just move to make it a little challenging for yourself. So there are versions of that. Remember, everybody took the right leg over the top. You can either take your right leg over the top here like this, or if it's uncomfortable, we can work towards that by starting with your ankle here. Sitting nice and upright. Lengthening your spine. And then from here, grab the back of your chair and rotate. Try to get a nice stretch to the lower back. Try to see the back of your mat or the back of your chair. And then inhale back to center and then change. Bounce, 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 other side. So again, we're working towards having this leg up over here, and then we're working towards doing it on the floor. So let's start. This would be the progression of this one. Since I did it down here, I'm going to just do it from here to balance myself out. I'm going to lengthen my spine, rotate, try to see the back of the mat, back of my chair. And then back to center, and bounce, 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 bounce. So just to balance ourselves out, for those of you who are doing the chair stretch, right? So from here, after you did the forward bend, back to chair and recover up. When you go to one, the warrior one, when we go to the standing lunge, we did that on this side. You can do it standing and back under, or from the chair. Your warrior one, your standing lunge would be try to get that back leg straight. Try to lower the back heel, and then we're going to crank the back knee under and then straighten. And then from here, you're going to bring that knee up to just bring it forward, and then back, forward, and back. You want to try to get a chair maybe that's high enough, that's comfortable for you to do these exercises. And then from here, we're going to go to warrior one. So you try to flatten out the back foot. Torso is forward. And your warrior one position would be up through here. And then transition to warrior two. And then side angle pose. Reverse warrior. And then the people who go to the floor would go to downward facing dog. If you're staying in the chair, you go to your diagonal chair here. And you can go to the cat cow from here, or you go to standing position, you go to the cat cow from here, until you go to your diagonal chair and everybody gets caught up. Deep breath in, exhale, recover. Deep breath in and close to prayer. Good. So I hope I haven't confused you. I'm just again, when we do this next week, you'll be able to do the various the regular yoga practice adapted for the chair as well. right? And then the people who are just doing the regular practice will be more up to speed, which how we normally do. So there'll be an in-between, there'll be the people who just really more advanced, been studying for a while, and then those who are on the chair, I shouldn't do it that way, I should do it this way. Okay, so people in the chair can still do the chair and get a good workout. See if time-wise about core. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go to our relaxation, the ending part of the class. So after class, and we'll do more, next week I'll do more stuff in the flow, which will be applicable to everybody. You would be finished on the floor, lying on your back. All right, so get on the floor and lie back. Or if you just feel comfortable in the chair, you can sit in the chair and get into a comfortable position. So relaxation. Let's draw the attention to the weight of your hips, the muscles, your gluteal muscles and your lower abdominals. Deep breath in, exhale, release. Keep that going. And now draw the attention to your thighs. On the inhale, you draw your attention to your thighs. On the exhale, you willfully relax them. And then your calves. And then the muscles in your feet. So if your waist down, you're completely relaxed. The attention to the biceps and triceps. On the inhale, you draw your attention there. On the exhale, you do the work and relax them. Your forearms. And then relax your hands. And then your shoulders. Your pectoral muscles, your breasts. And the lower front of your torso across your rib cage, down to your waist. And then the lower back muscles. And across the lower back, the middle back. And relaxing the upper back. Feel the muscles between your shoulder blades release all the way across your under armpits and up the back to your shoulders again. Keep breathing, relaxing on the exhale, and draw the attention to your shoulders and the sides of your neck. And then the back of your neck. And then relaxing the throat and your tongue. And your jaws. And the muscles in your lips, your chin, your cheeks, your ears, your eyelids, your forehead, top of your head. Keep breathing and relaxing on the exhales. Focus on your breath. Don't fall asleep just yet. But this is conscious sleep, conscious sleeping, like you're relaxing all the muscles, but you're still conscious and awake. And let's do our practice in gratitude. So of all the many, many things you're grateful, you're going to choose one thing. Because it's either a person, a place, or a thing. It's helpful to take a person, or I go to my dogs quite a bit. But that thing, that one thing for which we're grateful, is going to represent all the things for which you're grateful. We're going to zero in on that one thing. And again, because it's a heart-centered response, we're going to draw our attention to our heart center, the heart chakra. And let's imagine that we don't have words to say, to express how much thankfulness we feel, but we are going to do that by lighting up a light through our heart center. And the brighter the light, the greater the expression. So it's on a dimmer switch. You want to get brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter, just to have the capacity to express thankfulness, express gratitude. And the feeling is so great, and it feels good. It's an expression of love. That lights up your heart center and your whole body. Starts to illuminate. So you start to pour, the light starts to pour through your skin. And it lights up the room around you. I'm going to jack it up even more so it lights up your house. And the area around your house. So like if you're standing, someone was standing a mile away, they could see light coming from your area of your house, and that's you illuminating gratitude. Just hold on to the awareness of that. And then let's go to a practice of figuring out a way. We can share our yoga practice. You can reach out to someone. Or even as simple as smiling, a smile. Particularly behind Mass, you can still emote a feeling of compassion through your actions, or just through a smile, even if it's behind a mask. The last thing is an act of kindness for yourself. It's self-healing, self-love. Think of that activity that you like to do. And sometimes, probably you don't do it as often as you should, but I want you to commit to doing this today. An act of kindness for yourself. And good. So, open your eyes for now. You can come to a sitting position if you're on the floor. And we're going to do a recharge. So on the physical level, when I ask you to, you're going to take a deep breath in, and you're going to clench all the muscles we just relaxed. We're going to engage them. So that would be clenching your toes, your fists, clenching up your face, your big muscles, your thighs, your gluteal muscles, and you're going to go like that. Okay? So you take a deep, deep, deep breath in and constrict the flow of the muscle, of the blood. Take all that oxygen in, and then when I direct you to just a few seconds there, you're going to let it go, and all this oxygenated blood is going to rush through your body. All right? So let's do that. Oh, and so the other part of that, the other next level of that is the metaphysical part is, when you engage all those muscles and take a deep breath, I want you to light your body up like a bright light bulb, just the way we did when we were thinking about gratitude. And you can let it go and just let all that wonderful, beautiful energy out into the universe. So here we go. Let the air out of your body. Inhale, engage, light it up, and out. And again, deep breath in, engage. Let it up. And out. And one last time, deep breath in. And out. So just enjoy that the feeling of that that oxygenated blood rushing through your body. Come back to your goal for the class. Hopefully you achieved it. And then wiggle your toes and fingers. Scrunch up your face, big yawn, big stretch. If you're still on the floor, come to a standing or sitting position on the floor. And let's finish together. Deep breath in and close the prayer. So thank you for coming to class today. I really appreciate that you allowed me to share this with you. I embrace you with my thoughts, embrace you with my words, embrace you with my heart, and know that I get as much out of it, if not more, from the class, and hopefully you were able to accomplish what you wanted to do, set out to do. And we'll, in the next 3 classes, we're gonna bump it up a little and try to integrate. I've given you the tools for you doing the chair yoga version, and I'm going to do a regular and go to a more advanced class in the next 3 lessons. All right? So again, I embrace you with my thoughts, my words, and my heart, and namaste.